Hello there, welcome to another video. Let's talk about raising your standards. Now, often people, mostly men, I'm sorry, not sorry, they think that a woman with high standards is a woman who feels like is better than everyone else. They feel that a woman with high standards is a snobby woman. They think that a woman with high standards is this woman who has this perfect life going on and all that. However, that is not what having high standards is. It's more about being selective of what you allow in your life and what you accept to put up with. You know those type of people who remind you of a software update and you're like, I can't do this right now? There's some people who don't deserve your reactions. You can't get upset over them. Basically, they're not worth your time. And I know that sometimes people can be provoking and push you to the edge, and you're like, you're lucky I know the Lord because words could have been said, hands could have been thrown, But honestly, sometimes you win because you don't play. You decide not to feed into their BS no matter how their actions are hurtful and provoking. How they make you feel says a lot about them and not you. And whenever you find yourself reacting to something or someone that doesn't deserve your energy, always say that your peace is far more important. Sometimes the reason people who don't have good intentions enter our lives is because we set low standards. Setting boundaries is paramount. It's your responsibility. You get to decide what's allowed and what's not allowed in your life. You get to let go of things and people that no longer serve you. As much as you're trying to maintain high standards, it doesn't mean you shall treat others with disrespect or being rude to them. There is a huge difference between being confident and being cocky. I know we don't owe people anything, but at least we owe people respect when it has been given to us. Having a bad attitude is like having a flat tire. You can't go anywhere without changing it. It literally costs you nothing to be kind and respectful to others. Don't treat people in a way that you can't handle and put up with when the tables turn. I mean, they don't say karma is a bitch for nothing. Just don't be fine on the outside, be fine on the inside too. I said it before and I'll say it again unapologetically this time. You can hang out with chickens and expect to soar like eagles. People grow, and at some point, you get tired of unhealthy connections. You get tired of unnecessary drama. In fact, drama this big age is just so embarrassing. A flower cannot blossom if it has weeds surrounding it. And a wise man once said, until you build a strong foundation, you'll always experience cracks in your life. You can't keep getting mad at people for sucking the life out of you when you keep giving them the straw. You keep giving them the go ahead. There is no need for you to say yes to someone when your heart is dying to say no. And remember that you're not saying no to the person, you're saying no to the request. Remember that raising and having high standards is about not being afraid to be selective on what you allow into your life. There is a line that needs to be drawn, and just notice how people change when they don't get what they want from you. When you know what you want in life, it's easier to make choices that will help you achieve your goals. Normally, people who look down on themselves and don't know their real worth accept what they're given and they don't stand up for themselves. But the moment you raise your standards, you learn how to stand ground. You learn how to communicate with people about your needs and wants. You learn when to say enough is enough. I know that sometimes when you're used to be passive, assertiveness almost feels like aggression. But that's not the case. You're simply not letting people walk all over you. We often fall into the trap of accommodating people's feelings and needs and forget about our own. We fill people's cup and forget to pour back into our own cup. It's high time to start putting your needs first. It's high time to start making yourself a priority. Start taking care of yourself mentally and physically. When you're not used to get your needs met, prioritizing yourself feels selfish, but it's not. Self-care is a necessity. It helps you feel good. And when you feel good about yourself, it's easier to project confidence around people. People have a habit of blaming others but themselves for their own unhappiness. You pinpoint everything wrong about the other person, but when it comes to yourself, the pen does not work anymore. It's crazy when you call your best friend for more than 3 hours, crying and complaining about how this man cheated on you, about how this man does not appreciate you, and all that. But the moment this guy calls you, you run fast back to him. You are the one who keeps allowing these situationships. Stop breaking your own heart by waiting for someone who has constantly proven to you that they do not appreciate you. And just because he has a beard does not mean he's a grown man, sweetheart. Armpits grow hair too. Stop giving your heart to men who need a brain. All in all, never apologize for having high standards. Those who belong in your life will meet you at your level. And again, having high standards does not mean that you're better than anyone else. None of us sits high enough to look down on anyone. Having high standards is more of knowing what you want, what you deserve, what you're willing to put up with, and what you want. It's like a personal code of conduct. It says a lot about you. And this podcast brings me to the end. I hope you liked it. And if you did, please hit the like button and subscribe. And I will see you in my next one.